We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Goff looking to change the play. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is caught. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Out of the gun. Goff. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the 1st.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Giants hit 12-1 now to start play, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Next receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
3rd down and 1. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On 4th down, Goff. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Now he's loose at the 40. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. 70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two, because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Out to his left. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Williams, a man in motion right. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are back within a score. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw.
That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the...
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. Keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. The York on now for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 9. Goff going to shift him around. 2nd and 9 now.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Brian Burns in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
101 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. 2nd and 1. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
In motion right, that's Hyatt.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Complete. It's Johnson.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. 34 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Breaks through the contact. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here's Goff. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Goff now looks to throw. Finds Gibbs on a check down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 107 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Oh, a short pass here taken in by Laporta. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Goff. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down.
An audible here to get a new look.
Here we go on fourth. Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a first down.
Goff now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
The Lions on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Gibbs is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Montgomery will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll set up to throw.
Caught along the left side by Hyatt.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it looked like the defense was ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on third down. Escaping the pressure right.
That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A gain of 39 that time.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down at the 28. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on first down. And keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He'll look to throw.
That one finds Hyatt.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
Wow, I think that's a wrap, fellas.
And it's looking like that win streak is
Get my last drive in. Yeah, but he fucking had a lot of fucking good plays, man. Kept fucking chains moving. Dotted me up. What else did he do? He fucking rolling out to the left or right, fucking using a running back to get open over the top. Dude, I feel violated. Fuck.
The 25-yard line.
This whole team made me feel violated this year, but whatever, man. Fucking played nearly every game still, so fuck it.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out.
Oh, hell no, dog.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And the
He
return
just
will be
got
stopped
lucky being there.
at the
He just got lucky.
34-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
65 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. They kind of performed.